Thank you for being here. I'm over here, Mr. Smith. I found out about Equifax's contract with the Internal Revenue Service in an interview this morning with Stuart Varney. How big is that contract?
Senator, I saw it this morning as well. Maybe it was last night, and it referenced a $7.5 million contract. I'm not sure if that's multi-year.
Do you have other contracts with the Internal Revenue Service?
We may, sir. I'm not aware of it.
Could you get me a list of all of Equifax's contracts with various governments?
Yes, Senator, we can do that.
Okay. The contract, the $7 million and change contract, does that involve taxpayer information that you would have access to?
Senator, it's my understanding, I'm not professed to be deep in this particular contract, it is to prevent fraudulent access to the IRS. But beyond that, if you want more information, we can get that for you.
Well, you realize to many Americans right now that looks like we're giving Lindsay Lohan the keys to the minibar.
I understand your point.
Let me ask you about a credit freeze. I went through that. I've frozen my credit at all 4 of the bureaus. I'd like a commitment from you today that you're going to ask your former company, though I think you still own quite a few shares. I want you to make a commitment to putting a free app available to anybody so that you can just go to your app, toggle on and off access to your credit files.
Senator, I agree with you. We like that idea. That's going to go live for every American consumer. The end of January 2018, it'll be free for life.
So you're committing to do it?
Yes, Senator, we've been working on that for months.
This whole unfortunate experience, Mr. Smith, has raised larger issues. And one of the issues that it has raised is, to whom does your former company, I'll call it your current company because you're still working there, to whom does your company have an obligation? My understanding of your business model is that you collect my information. Without my permission, you get the information. You take it along with everyone else's information, and you sell that information to businesses. Is that basically correct?
That's largely correct.
Okay. And you also have a premium service to monitor the information that you collect about me. So if there's some bad information that you collect about me, you sell me a service to monitor it and correct it. Is that right?
Senator, just a clarification, roughly 90% of everything we do is helping banks and others make informed decisions about lending money to consumers. The monitoring you're referring to consumers is a very small piece of what we do.
But it just seems incongruent to me that you have my information, you don't pay me for it, you don't have my permission, you make money collecting that information, selling it to businesses, and I think you do a service there, don't misunderstand me. And you also come to me, you can't run your business without me, my data is the product that you sell, and you also offer me a premium service to make sure that the data you're collecting about me is accurate. I mean, I don't pay extra in a restaurant to prevent the waiter from spitting in my food. You understand my concern?
I understand your point, I believe, but another way to think about that is the monitoring product that you're referring to, Senator, in the future is far less required if you, as a consumer, have the ability to freeze or lock, as we call it, and unlock your file. And that is free for life.
But it's not just the freeze part. What if you have bad information about me? Have you ever has an agency ever had bad information about you and you had to go through the process of correcting it?
Yes, Senator. There's a process that
it's a pain in the elbow, isn't it? I mean, the burden is kind of on you. You have my data, which you haven't paid me for. You're earning a good living, which I don't deny you. I believe in free enterprise. I think this is a very clever business model you've come up with. But you're earning your money by selling my data, which you get from me and don't pay me for, to other people. But if the data is wrong that you have about me, I would think you would want to make it as easy as possible to correct it, not as hard as possible.
I understand your point, and it's an important point for the entire industry to make the process as consumer-friendly as possible. If there's an error on your utility bill, if there's an error on your bank bill, your credit card statement, to work with consumers to make
well, can you commit to me today that Equifax is going to set up a system where a consumer who believes that Equifax has bad information about him can pick up the phone and call a live human being with a beating heart and say, here's this information you have about me that you're selling to other people, you're ruining my credit, and it's not true, and I want to get it corrected. How are you going to correct it? What information do you need to make from me to prove that it's incorrect? And when are you going to get back to me and give me your name and phone number so I can call you?
Senator, I understand your point. There is a process that exists today.
Yeah, and it's difficult, Mr. Smith.
Be more than happy to get the company to reach out to your staff, explain what we do and what we're doing to improve that process. I hear you.
Great. Thank you, Senator Kennedy.
I'm sorry, I went way over. I apologize.
It's all right. Senator Donnelly.